want to let it be known.
Second in the West.
Let it be
Two,
known
just
that
a
we
bandwagon.
out here.
Who finished second in the Olympics 100 meters last year?
Finished second.
Yeah. Or not last year in the Olympic, but when they had the Olympics.
Fred Curley?
In 100 meters?
Didn't he? Yeah. Fred Curley, I think, came second.
In 100 meters at the Olympics?
Yeah.
For the final.
Yeah. It was the Italian guy. Then it was Fred Curley.
Damn, I wish I had somebody to start defending that, but the point I was trying to make was nobody remembers who's in second place. You know what I mean? Like, that's where I was going with that. Like,
didn't even work, eh?
Nobody remembers who's in second place. What you need to do is
memory's
be
too
number
good,
one.
bro.
Because if you're not first, you're last. That's pretty much
when
how
it comes
goes.
to, because I fuck with track, you know? It was my secret dream to be a track star.
What
growing
field? What area?
For
what
sure,
field?
man's definitely wanted to get in the track.
Yeah,
team.
you know
already
the
that
ones.
it was
What
like-
field? What field was track made me hella nervous.
No. What field? Like what?
Oh, what
area
field?
tracks?
Oh, hurdles. 4 hurdles.
Category, you mean, in terms of like events?
4 hurdles.
400 meter hurdles.
400-meter hurdles.
Capacity. That's that speed stamina. You know what I mean?
That's that psychotic mindset. That's what it is.
I ran 300. 300 was my favorite race. You know
300
what
was
I mean?
nice.
300 was my favorite
300 was
race.
nice.
That was like the perfect medium because like I wasn't really a 2-man or a 100-man like that. But like
Why 200 is not enough for you to hit max speed?
not
No.
even
It's
that.
just
Not
like
even
where
that.
you're-
200
where
is just a
you're
really. 200 is just a really like
I like the
a
200.
really technical. No, 400 meters is the most technical in terms of like the sprints. But
400
meters
400 is
also
psychotic.
the 200 meters is also quite technical. So
Yo,
know?
have you ever run a 400-meter race?
I have, and let me tell you,
What?
training for that joint,
It's stupid.
I was puking my
It's
guts out.
stupid. It's
You
stupid.
know, training for the 4 is definitely one of the punishments that I would say was definitely uncalled for in my athletic career.
So like when you're running the 400, you're not running 100%. Like
No,
what
it's
are you
like-
running,
it's
like,
technical.
that's the
75?
You gotta
technical part.
sprint the first
the
like
first
half
50,
of the bend. You know, come out the bend.
first 50, first 80,
Bend it.
depending
See,
on
you
the type of
cruise.
man.
The speed you picked up from the start, you cruise,
cruise
on
on
the
that back
first 100, the
stretch.
first 100 stretch, right? And the part that's the most
It's
difficult
coming around
is
that
the
corner.
second bend, fam.
You gotta get that kick.
Second bend before you go into the final straight.
You gotta get
That
that
part
kick.
is the part that like that man.
It's-
That's where the speed endurance comes out. Because at that point, you gotta almost like pick up speed again for a little bit, and then try to maintain that speed all the way towards the end.
And it's
And the
all
hard part
arms.
about maintaining towards the end is that by that time you're bust. Your body's seasoned up. Your neck is tight up.
Your head is
Hamstring
throbbing.
tight up. Everything's tightened up.
You can feel everything in your body.
Right? Because you're not used to running that race. You haven't done enough speed endurance, so your body's tightened up. And when you tighten up when you run, that's when you run even slower. So you gotta be smooth. You see all those 400 meter mans running the 400 meters?
I definitely tried
Smooth.
running like around the track like at like 75% before that. Yeah, I definitely like by the time I got around this, it was definitely like.
But imagine
mechanics
running
are just
100, fam. Imagine running 100, like 100%, and or like imagine running 75 or 80% and trying to keep up that 75 or 80% for like 100
Yeah, I
meters.
couldn't. My big ass can't. do that.
Imagine, the thing is, like, sometimes, like, my coaches didn't let me know early that I wasn't supposed to sprint.
Oh, so
That
you just went out
first-
there like everyone
That
else
first,
did.
it was like for grade 9. My first 400, like, in high school. I don't know why I was thinking it'd be a good idea to just book it around the corner. Fam. I hit probably 150, and I started seeing bodies just start moving in front of me, and I'm just driving. That last 50 meters, I think, like, I don't remember. I think I went unconscious or some shit.
All I know is the last time I ran the 400 meters,
You lost.
of course.
Oh, I got my ass whooped. Oh, no, I didn't come
Slap.
last because some other people weren't that fast either.
Like for your heat, for that heat, you came last.
Yeah, no, I didn't
Yeah.
come last in the heat.
No, not bad. For that race, you came last. That race.
No, I mean that race, I didn't come last, dead last. I was like second last
Oh, okay.
or
okay.
third last, but I didn't come last. You know, because there's always, at high school
There's
track,
always one man. Who's
there's
just
always
really,
that
really
one man
bad.
that has
Who's
no
just-
business
There's no business
being
being
in
in the
there.
track.
Like
Yeah.
he's running a 50
No,
second.
at every meet, there's always the one man who
Damn.
just comes there and gets slapped up.
We're
Like he
running a
doesn't.
400 meter, and this man's running a minute 5 in men's 400, and like that's
fam.
not.
It's the
gonna
mans
cut
that are warming up in the button-up shirts, bro. Those mans, bro.
Hey.
Those mans that look like.
Hey. So
what's a
those are the
time
those are the
for
mans that
400?
you have to worry about because those mans have
Sir.
no.
What's a good time for 400?
400
400?
for let's say men's, if you run in high school, if you run a 48, that is
49. You
greasy.
could squeeze in there with 49.
49, 48, that's greasy.
So what about like pro man?
45, the
45.
record is 43.
45, 44. 43 to 45 is like a But 45 not really, 'cause,
43?
you know.
That's kind of scary. When I
Some
break
men's in
it
high
down
school-
in like hundreds,
Some men's in high school run
meters, that's like
48,
a
47.
that's
That's
scary, bro.
less
Because
than
I'm
11
like,
seconds
yo.
or 100
Yeah,
meter.
fam. Like big mans can't even really do that. You know what I mean? So to do that for a 400, like on average, that is fucked. That's crazy
it's
shit.
wild.
That's crazy.
It's
Wild.
mad. It's
That's
mad.
They do some
Just-
crazy things, man. Like running is so simple, but yet so effective.
43.
43. I think 43 like
seconds.
13.
So this nigga definitely was training to like sprint 800 meters before that shit. Like,
So what you have to do is
he's
you have
the
to attack
Algerian
it.
guy. Oh.
The way you attack like 400 meters,
like
is
you
that
have to run
more
further
than
than
400 meters.
yeah, because
Yeah.
I'm like, there's
You have
no
to run
way,
like
bro.
800s to build up your.
This guy
stamina,
probably
your
had
endurance.
like 800 meters down to like a fucking like 12-second average type shit.
Yo, and the race, he was moving like because he did it at the Olympics. I think like 2016 Olympics. But he got out the blocks and the man. He was in the crazy thing. I think he was in lane 8. He was in lane 8.
Which means
So
you're
if
working
you
the most, you
if
have
you're
nobody you're seeing
because he
nobody
can't
in
see
the lane.
anybody else, so he's just running knowing that everyone else is behind him. And if you're in lane
That's like
8,
yeah.
and
That's
if
the
you're in
worst.
lane 8, you don't really see anybody until that last bend because
Where
that's
all,
when
like,
every,
So you could be working,
yeah.
you could be working around the bend, but like you think you're working, but when you come out of the
it
bend
straightens
is when you
out,
actually
see
know if
who's
you were
really
working or not.
yeah.
Like
I-
that's when you really
that's
know.
how you really
like
know.
What do you like the inside lane?
3 and 4, the
3 and
best.
4 are greasy. You don't want to be 1. 1, I feel like the turns are a little too tight.
1,
for
I
you.
don't know. I think you could still bust it out at
Is it
one.
because
Still.
like when you guys start piling in, like do people everyone hug? Oh,
No,
I'm
that's
saying
not.
400
that's not
meters, they
it.
don't pile in.
Yo,
That's-
that's
cross launch
4
anything
by
above
4 or
okay,
anything
okay,
longer.
okay,
Yeah.
okay.
But yo, don't sleep. When you're in lane 1, especially in a 4x4, I hate lane 1 because you're pushed back even further from everybody
Word.
else.
Because everybody starts merging in.
Yeah,
So if you're in lane 8, you just have like that merge is nice on for the 4x4 because you just come
but
out.
it's deep. The merge is deep
It's
because you're
deep.
going from 8 to 1.
It's deep, but if you have enough, if you could pick it up like and play it nice, you could
True.
definitely come in there, smooth transition in there. But like I've ran the 4x4 in lane 1, and I'm not even gonna lie to you, that was probably like the most fun I had was a 4x4, and it was surprising.
What leg were you?
I was third leg.
Third leg. Third
You know,
leg.
I ran a nice third leg, you know, and so like I came in. I guess it was a little different because if you're third leg, that means you're not really starting at 400. You're
Mhm.
kind of like jogging
It's-
into it
yeah.
a little bit, so it's a little bit different space compared to the 400 where you're coming out the blocks, bullet. You know what I mean? You just
take it.
I
Yeah.
think you're running like an extra like 400 and a little bit because the man's jogging already, right?
I hate being the what's his name, the start man in the 4x4.
yeah.
I hate it.
I don't mess with that at all. I'm not even gonna lie.
Cause yo, high key they're running longer than everybody else.
I can see that.
High key, like if you're lane 2, 3.
I lie. You're already all energized, ready to start doing your nice pickup speed. The man's trying to end his race just to catch up to the tune's gone, fam. Swing the stick, bro. Swing the fucking stick, bro.
And relay was my favorite. I'm not even gonna lie. That was what
Relay,
we
that was
looked for.
breezy,
You know, I definitely
breezy.
remember beating some mans out to go to offside, and that was definitely a vibe.
Remember, cause you went to the
experience.
offset in Toronto, right?
Nah, the Windsor one.
The Windsor one. Okay,
Yeah.
that was
Yeah,
that
I
was
was there.
my
Was
grade
a
13 year.
vibe,
Yeah,
man.
it was
That
a
was probably one of the
shot
best
put, man.
experiences into the track I had. That was like my final track experience was after that year, and I was like, damn.
Yeah, I remember I went off.
Jeez, because my relay team went to OFSA because that was my grade 13 year. My relay team went to OFSA that year. I think they did like mid or whatever, right? And like, you know, all respect to those mans, but yo, I was so cheese because I would have ran in that what's this thing called? I would have ran in that race, but like I destroyed my hamstring. It's tragic. It was running a 200, like the first the pre GBSSA, so pre regionals, right? It was like I was running a 200. Yo, I don't know why. I knew my leg wasn't feeling right. I still decided let's bust it.
Pull the hamstring.
Fam, I finished the race with like a 26 200.
Whoa.
Fam, my hamstring was mash up. My whole track here gone. Fam.
Yeah, I feel that. I definitely pulled a few hamstrings in my track career. That was definitely one of the things I struggled with the most was definitely hamstring
hammies?
injuries. But like once I started like got transitioned out of track and just strictly more football, like I still had hamstring issues because
It's not the same.
of track, but it's just not the same because
Yeah.
like I'm like literally going from like exploding to stopping to going, so it's a little different. But for you guys who are not athletes who who have no idea what the spiel we just went on, pretty much just some track lingo, some track language that
There was a UWI high school.
Yeah.
I was on my way out, and he was like a youngin.
Oh yeah, I know him.
Seems like Miles or some shit.
Nah, he's greasy.
Apparently, yeah, man, they're saying that this kid is like ridiculously
Yeah.
fast.
He's at
I didn't get
UCLA.
to see him. Yeah.
He's at UCLA.
His cousin's like my friend is like.
There's another guy that went to the blue team with all the Africans on it. You
Which
know what
blue
I'm
team?
talking about, bro?
Like from Canada?
Yeah,
Ontario?
went to Oxford. They would slap everyone every year.
Oh, Henry Carr?
Henry Carr. One of the men's on there from Henry Carr, I think, is at either USC or he's at like some school in the States, or
Is it
Houston or
like,
something like that. I don't know.
He's a 100-meter sprinter?
He's a short black guy. I think I forgot what his name is, but he's over in one of the schools in the States.
It's
right
not.
now.
No, so he'd be younger than us then.
Yeah, he's younger than us.
He's
Kamal,
younger
I
than
think
us.
his name's Kamal or something.
Oh,
like
Kamal. Yeah. I think
Yeah.
I know him. He
Yeah.
runs like 1, 2, and 4, maybe.
that. Yeah, something like that. But
Yeah.
he did dirt. He's in the
Nah,
States right now
fucking
doing his thing. So
Henry Carr, Henry Carr is holy. I don't have nightmares from Henry Carr, but like every meet that I went to that Henry Carr went to was always a slapping. Like it never felt good.
you know,
What, he has record times?
No,
not
no,
even
no.
that. Just that school in general.
The
was just
school has
slapping
record
everyone.
times.
Oh.
They were just that good.
Yo, fam, every year they produce an OFSA level 4x1 team.
Mhm.
Every year.
And just kill everyone.
Fam, do you know how
Just
hard that
demolish
is?
everyone.
So is the 100 like the most famous race?
Yes.
Most well, like
It
if
is
you
the most
if you
famous.
win the 100, you're like. how
I
would
mean,
say it?
amongst
You're
like,
the
track,
most
like,
popular
you got the
track athlete.
hurdles,
Most popular
the jump
man
and all
on the
that, but
track.
like
Like everyone knows who the 100-meter guy is. Like,
Yeah.
nobody
You're
really
top
knows who
dog
the
there.
400. Well,
Actually, no. I feel like the most popular track athlete last year was DeGrasse.
well, I'm saying no. We're talking about like events. Who's known?
Oh,
like,
yeah.
like, just in events in general. Like
Yeah.
I know the javelin and the shock, but it's all sick.
Like the
Yeah.
shot put's cool and all, but like nobody's really reaching the field and like on a high school.
Like
meet
everyone
that.
came out
It's
to
like-
see Usain Bolt. Like,
Everyone's trying
facts.
to.
Everyone knows what time the 100-meter final is.
100-meter comes in and
That's
everyone
what
is
I'm
That's
silent.
the only time. Like
Everyone
the
is
quick took 9
silent.
seconds. Oh my, like that.
Yo,
So
that's
cool,
actually
9
greasy.
seconds.
Just watching like going to a track meet and then just seeing everyone just turn silent because
It's like it's
100
that,
meters
bro.
going.
Everyone goes silent, bro.
and then when you're
Boom,
when you're in the race, you're like you
You're
get your
booking
legs
it.
stretched,
You know, you
raise up,
get
get your
doing your
thing
little
on.
starts on the block. You know?
Bear man's jumping, start smacking up their legs, their legs.
Man stretching, doing little warm sprints and back.
Yo,
Then the
when
race
you-
starts and it's.
When you guys are really playing sports, like, is it just me or like does things go like silent for you guys? Like when you're
When I
playing
ran in
soccer?
track, yeah.
Yeah.
Like when I'd be playing football,
Football.
too, like when I'd be like, "Hut," like it would just be like moving. Like I wouldn't really hear too much. Like
It's-
I wouldn't hear like grunts.
Yeah,
and,
no,
like,
I hear
screaming
that.
and
I hear
shit.
It's like
that,
when
yeah.
you go into like you ever went diving in water and then you just
Mhm.
hear like the little water waves.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
what the same
yeah.
thing I hear like
That's what
time
you hear?
slows
Yeah,
time
yeah,
slows
yeah.
down and all I hear is
Swear.
like water waves.
Out of your me for like I think it depends on football. It depend on the position I played. Because when I played running back, like it was noisy, like it was clutter, like it wasn't. It was very like it wasn't very like free like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
But when I played like rec, that was when like it was like I'd be running and
You
I'd be
just-
like, yo, like what? the- like,
hearing your
I'll be
toes
hearing-
brush the top of the grass.
I just hear my footsteps and like my breath or like like that's what I would hear. Or like I would hear like just footsteps. I wouldn't hear like anything like in terms of noise. I would only hear feet on the ground.
Yeah.
That's what I would hear.
Just hear your buckles on your belt. On your
Yeah,
on
like
your-
whenever I would hear, or if a man would coming close to me, I would like hear him like type of
Alright.
thing. So like
Nah. Yeah.
What about when it's a see like deep post like the dude like you know what I mean? You have your outside help like I don't know, say the wideout gets beat and you're coming down like you're the help and it's just like that moment in time when you're that perfect time when that little man tried to do his quick out and you came down and you did the Jordan one hand.
Oh,
yeah, and you
that
caught
one?
that joint.
That one was that like just super like quiet like it was just like when you're in the air there was it just like
Yo,
Got him.
Because what it was like we were saying before, like everything just turned silent.
lie?
All I remember is because the man ran like he wanted to go vertical, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just grabbing him, I'm shoving him like 4 yards inside or outside of where he needs to go, and I'm supposed to expand out, and it's like cool, but then everything just shuts off because I look at him, I look at the quarterback, then I look back at him, and then I look at the ball. It's just like that
It just
little
clicked.
water
It was
wave.
kind of just like, oh, okay.
It's that little water
I
wave.
know what y'all doing.
but it's crazy because it feels like time slows down and you're
swear,
having a
bro.
conversation in your head.
I swear, bro.
Because it's like in my head, I'm like, yo,
It's like you see
This
it and
ball
you're
is
like, do
right
I really
here.
see that?
like,
It's like, am I really seeing this right now?
No,
yeah,
for
that's
real.
Like,
facts.
it's like
Facts. It's like I'm
like-
seeing everything and it's clicking, and I still have time to get here.
Bro,
Yeah,
I
you're
swear
like,
sometimes
oh,
when
okay,
like when I would just fuck around and play like one-on-one with mans, I'm like, sometimes it's like, like, or maybe you ever didn't just like you're up against someone and it's like, say you get juked or whatever, but in your head, like you see, like you have full control and everything's going good. And then like they do the sudden movement and you break, but I guess like maybe you didn't react, like your brain reacted, but your body didn't react so much. And the ball, like say it gets thrown and you put your effort in it, it just like it just goes right over your hands. Isn't it just like, do you ever feel kind of stupid sometimes where you're just like you seen everything happen
and
right
it's
there, and it
still-
was just
it's
like
still
it was just like, how
facts.
did that not happen?
How
Like, you
did
know
that-
what I mean?
yeah.
I don't know. It's kind of weird, but it was just like,
Nah.
and it's like a slow ball. Maybe the ball went out fast, but where you're seeing it, you're just like.
I should be able to get here.
Yeah.
Like, there's
Yeah.
no
And you
way
don't.
that I
Yeah.
can't get
Yeah.
here.
And you're like,
Nah.
damn,
It's like when you think you're gonna get there and you don't get there, type of vibes.
Yeah,
Like that,
like,
that's
it's
a
like, it's
little. Yeah,
mad.
I definitely understand.
Or
that
how
shit.
about when the ball's in the air? Like, how does that feel as like a DB? Like, I always picture. I think one of those are the biggest moments when I remember like all mans are talking about, oh, like at Queens back, and then he came back, and then it kind of happened. Let's mention some names, but whatever. And then it happened again. At the Queens game, like at our home game, and I remember it was such a weird moment because like I remember it was like almost at the end. It was literally, I think it was like, I can't remember what it was.
Which
It was
year?
when one of the years O's was still there, and I remember they threw the ball.
Oh yeah, first year.
And then it was just like he's just running and he just kind of like gets like he's not beat, but he's like there, and I'm like, I'm just trying to imagine like being in that person's head, like kind of having that like super shit loss for the team or whatever, like back then, and then you hear the gossip and you come like being in that moment, or even being maybe a smaller DB like Jason or Malcolm or whatever. Like, how would it feel in that moment when you're just like like
You're jumping as high as
everyone's
you
looking
can.
at you, like it's just because you know when the ball's in the air and it's kind of silent, like you're just waiting
Yeah.
for.
the ball to come down.
So it's like it's so much pressure. I feel like those, especially as a DB too. Like I
Nah,
feel like
'cause
that's
I-
stressful. Like,
Because
that's
I
a
what's
lot
his
of
name? At
stress.
Yates. A man hit me with a corner route, and it was the same thing. Like first time, no, not Yates. Semifinals. Yates semifinals. Like our second year, a man hit me with a corner route, and like I was just trying to stand there and trying to get there, but like I couldn't, because he's taller than me.
Yeah,
so like
yeah,
he's
yeah.
a taller man, so he's just coming in, getting the ball, and I'm out here trying to.
Yeah,
And it's just like, hey, damn.
yeah. No, I hear that.
Yeah, that's tough. But like,
It's
you know,
crazy.
it's crazy. But like, it's crazy because you see how passionate we are talking about this. Like, some people would just be like taking this segment and would just be like, damn, like I have no idea. Like,
No
I
idea
just
what's
can't
going
relate.
on.
They just can't relate to like how it
Fuck around
feels
and
to-
turn this into a sports podcast.
yeah,
The mentality of athletes.
you know, it's just different.
How do we think during the season, off season, when we
In
still had
game,
dreams,
on
when
the
the dreams were
bench.
crushed, and
Post
Fuck, we
surgery,
should
Post-
talk about some shit.
post,
facts.
post, you know, like life changing injuries.
Before a man hits you with the
Dead
next
ass.
question, when did you know, or when did your coaches crush your dreams? That's beside the point.
Yeah,
Oh.
you know, it's just.
Yo, that could be a whole segment. You can hear that from me, bro. Not like personally.
Yeah, yeah.
But
But yeah,
yeah,
Using
that-
coaches
we
as
can
metaphors.
definitely-